Imagine you are standing on Mars, breathing in crisp air, watching clouds drift across the blue sky. You reach down and feel actual grass beneath your feet. Sounds like science fiction, right? But some of the world's brightest minds think this might just be possible. This is one of humanity's most ambitious dreams, transforming the red planet into a second Earth. But is it actually possible, or are we reaching too far into the cosmos? Terraforming Mars isn't just about planting a flag and calling it home. We need a complete planetary makeover. Turning a frozen, barren wasteland with an atmosphere thinner than a whisper into a world where humans could walk around without spacesuits, where rain could fall, and where forests might one day grow. The goal sounds simple enough. Warm up the planet, thicken the atmosphere, and create conditions where liquid water can exist on the surface. But as with any extreme home renovation, the devil lies in the details. Let's be real, Mars is not exactly welcoming. The average temperature is minus 63 degrees Celsius, colder than Antarctica in winter. The atmospheric pressure is less than 1% of Earth's, which means your blood will literally boil if you stepped outside without protection. And let's not forget the radiation. Without an Earth-like magnetic field, Mars gets bombarded by solar and cosmic radiation that would be lethal to humans over time. Oh, and there's no oxygen to breathe. The atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide. But the biggest challenge is not the constituent of the atmosphere. It's the sheer lack of it. Mars lost most of its atmosphere billions of years ago when its magnetic field died out. Solar winds just stripped away the gases that once made Mars much more Earth-like. So potentially, we would need to create a massive artificial magnetic shield between Mars and the Sun. One outrageous idea is to place magnetic field generators at key locations. NASA has even proposed placing a magnetic dipole near Mars's L1 point to protect the planet. This is pure science fiction, but still theoretically possible. However, the wealthiest person on Earth has another idea. Elon Musk has never been one to shy away from challenging projects. His proposal? Nuke the poles. Musk has suggested detonating nuclear weapons above Mars's polar ice caps to release massive amounts of carbon dioxide and water vapor trapped in the ice. The theory is that this would create a runaway greenhouse effect, warming the planet and thickening the atmosphere in the process. It's certainly attention-grabbing, and it speaks of the kind of radical thinking we may need. But there are some serious issues with this plan. For example, there might not be enough carbon dioxide trapped in the Martian ice to create a self-sustaining greenhouse effect. NASA studies suggest we would need to somehow access carbon dioxide locked deep in the Martian rocks themselves. A much trickier proposition than just melting some ice caps. However, while radical ideas seem improbable, there may just be other more practical ones. One idea involves building massive orbital mirrors to reflect sunlight onto the Martian surface, slowly warming specific regions. Think of it as planetary-scale solar panels in reverse. Another concept focuses on releasing super greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, compounds thousands of times more effective at trapping heat than carbon dioxide. We could potentially manufacture these on Mars itself and gradually try to warm the planet over centuries. Then there's the biological approach, introducing specially engineered microorganisms that could survive in Martian conditions and slowly convert the atmosphere, similar to how early bacteria transformed Earth's atmosphere billions of years ago. These tiny terraformers would be working 24/7, generation after generation, changing the planet one molecule at a time. This is where we need to manage expectations. Even the most optimistic estimates suggest terraforming Mars could take anywhere between a few centuries to a millennia. This would be a multi-generational commitment requiring resources, technology, and determination that spans dozens of human lifetimes. The first stages might focus on creating localized habitable zones, domed cities, or underground settlements where we could establish a foothold. From there, we would gradually expand, creating larger pressurized environments before ever attempting to transform the entire planet. You might be wondering, why go through all this trouble? Wouldn't it be easier to just fix Earth? Fair point, but there are compelling reasons to pursue Mars. For one, having a backup planet makes sense from a species survival perspective. Asteroid impacts, supervolcano eruptions, or catastrophic climate change could theoretically threaten civilization on Earth. Beyond survival, there's the human drive to explore and expand. Throughout history, we have always pushed beyond the horizon to see what's there. Mars is simply the next horizon.